Hi, I'm Shonda Miles. I'm a business consultant, business coach. The fastest way to become a millionaire. The fastest way to become a millionaire is to find someone who is already a millionaire, who is already doing what you want to do, and do what they're doing. The fastest way to become a millionaire is to find someone who is already a millionaire, who a multimillionaire, who is already doing what you want to do, and ask them or do what they do. Maybe it's read their books. Maybe it's ask to interview them. Maybe it's join one of their programs, their services, their coaching, buy their products. Study every single thing they do. Study how they do it. Study every single thing you can find about how they do it. It's the fastest way. Success leaves clues. So it's the fastest way. If you want to become a millionaire, the fastest way is to find someone who is already a multimillionaire and study everything. Study everything they do, everything they put out, all the words they say, how they say it, all their videos, all their products, all their books. Study every single thing they do and do exactly what they do. Do everything they do. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to miss some things. You're going to miss some things that are behind the strategy. Some things you're not going to be able to afford to do. Maybe if they're spending $1 million in ads or whatever. But there's enough that you can do, that you can study from what they're showing you through videos, books, products, services. There's enough of what they're doing that you can make $1 million. So do it. Decide today. Find somebody. Find several people. Maybe you find 10 people. You say, okay, these are the 10 multimillionaires that are doing what I want to do. They're the top in their field. They're making the most amount of money. What are they doing? Just take one at a time and say, okay, what are they doing? What is person A doing? List all their books, all their products, all their videos, everything, their website, their social media handles. Look at every single thing they're doing. Every single thing they're doing. Study that person. Decide, okay, I'm going to implement these things. And you just go down the list and study every single person. You're going to see a bunch of things that overlap, a bunch of things that every single person is doing. Maybe every single person has wrote 4 books. Maybe every single person has, they put out 4 pieces of content every day. Maybe every single person is great at storytelling. Maybe every single person is good at sales. Maybe every single person speaks at an event. All these different things. So maybe you need to become a speaker. Maybe you need to become an author. These different things, you got to look at the patterns. You got to see, okay, across the board, all these 10 people, these 10 multimillionaires that I've decided to study, they all do these things. So that maybe that helps to bring your first 50 steps to your roadmap, or your first 100 steps to your roadmap. Don't get caught up in they have $1 million coaching program, they got a $500,000 coaching program, they got a $100,000 coaching. If you can't pay for those things, don't worry about that. Just do what you can do with what you have right now. Study them, look at what they're doing, look at the patterns of your 10 people, the patterns that you see, the things that are exactly the same. You look at things that are different. Do they have a freebie? What's the freebie? What are they saying? What's the words? How are they speaking to the customer? How are they speaking to their clients? What are they, what's the upsell? What's the fun? You look at every single part of their business, every single thing they do. You read every single book they have. Look at how they have everything laid out. Try to see the strategy behind it. Try to see the behind the scenes. Try to look at what they're doing that, maybe that's not, kind of blaring. But there'll be subtle things. If you study them, you'll look at them. That's what you need to do. If that's the fastest way to become a millionaire, is to pick 10 people who are the top in your field. They're making the most money in your field, and see what they do. Study what they do. Right now, do that. Make your list of 10 people, and then start looking at, every single thing that you can find out about that person, and start making you a list. The most important thing is to make you a list of things, of steps, of tasks that you need to do. Make you a list of things that they're doing that you want to do. That's the most important thing. And then start doing those things. Have time set aside. Okay, I'm going to work on becoming a millionaire 4 hours a day. And maybe you give up TV, social media for the next year while you work on this one goal. You stay focused on this one goal. You're not doing anything else. You just focus on this one goal. But you got to study people who've already done it in order to get to where you want to be. That's the fastest way, is to study people who've already done it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, because if they've made $1 million doing what you want to do, or they're doing what you want to do, they're making the money that you want to make, all you got to do is look at what they're doing. And of course, you're not going to see everything, like I mentioned before, but there'll be enough there for you to make $1 million. So do that. Study what they're doing. Read what they're writing. Read their blogs. Listen to their podcasts. What are they doing? How are things set up? You're changing your mindset. You're listening to a different conversation. You're observing it from a different point of view. You're seeing what is possible, because you know that if they've done it, you can do it too. And of course, you can do it better, because now you can learn from their mistakes. You can do it faster. You can make it better. All these different things. So just commit to doing that first. Over the next, maybe you give yourself a week. Maybe you give yourself a few days. Maybe you give yourself 1 hour. 1 day, 4 hours. And you say, for 4 hours, I'm going to study my competition. For 4 hours, I'm going to study who is the top 10 people in my field. You don't want to give yourself too much time, because you'll take up all the time and you'll waste it when you could be taking action. And that's the most important thing. We want to learn what they're doing, what multimillionaires in our field are already doing, and then we want to implement as fast as we can. We want to implement at the best of our ability. We don't want to waste time, because if we pause, or we say I'm gonna do it tomorrow, we'll find that we'll talk ourselves out of it. We won't do anything, because we'll think we're not good enough. But what I know for a fact is, they're human, I'm human. They're human, I'm human. They've done it, I can do it. All I gotta do is do what they've done long enough to see the results. Do what they've done long enough until I receive the results. So do it right now. Take the time to do it, and watch how this will elevate you faster. This will catapult you faster. This will help you get to where you want to be as a millionaire faster.